Start this build by unpacking all 4 motors and removing the supplied screws from the bags. You'll need the 4 arm parts for this step, so grab those as well. It is easiest to mount the motors to the arms before you build the frame to ensure that the arms are attached to the frame body in the correct orientation for the motors. There is only one way that the motors will mount properly. If the motor wires are running directly down the arm after the motors are mounted, this is correct. If the motor wires stick out from the sides of the arm after the motors are mounted, this is incorrect, and you'll simply need to flip the arm over and mount the motor to the other side. Use Loctite and all 4 supplied cap head screws to mount the motors. Next, you will assemble the main frame by using the 2 square sandwiching plates. The hardware used for this step will be 4 M3 by 10mm button head screws and 4 M3 locking nuts. Using the second hole from the center, push an M3 by 10mm button head screw through a sandwiching center plate, then the arm, and then the bottom sandwiching plate. Leave the nut finger tight so that you will easily be able to assemble the rest of the frame. Next, you will need another 4 M3 by 10mm screws, Loctite, and 50mm hexagonal standoffs. Push the screw through the outermost hole in the sandwiching plate, down through the arm, and out of the bottom plate. Tighten the M3 by 50mm hexagonal standoff. Repeat this step for all 4 arms. Keep in mind that each motor direction is designated by either a white dot or no dot on top of each shaft. Be sure to alternate motors when you attach the arms so that the motors diagonal from each other on the frame are the same orientation. Once all 4 arms are attached, tighten all screws and nuts to finish this step. Using 4 M3 by 8mm screws, attach the 4 5mm nylon standoffs to the innermost holes in the frame. These standoffs will secure the ESC. Using a soldering station, attach the XT60 connector to the battery leads on the ESC. Next, cut 12 3.5-inch pieces of 16-gauge wire and strip about 1/10 of an inch from each end. Tin these ends with solder. Then, using the supplied 3mm bullet connectors, solder 1 bullet to one end of each wire. cover this bullet with shrink tubing. Tin the pads on the ESC and attach the other end of each wire. There should be 6 wires per side. Proper mounting orientation has the battery lead towards the back of the airframe and a motor shaft with the white marking in the top left position. Tighten the nylon nuts to the standoff post to secure the part. Push the RC input connector into the ESC as shown. You may optionally use hot glue to further secure the RC input connector to the ESC board. Use the included zip ties to secure the motor wires to the arms. Using 4 of the M3 by 8mm screws and Loctite, attach the shorter hexagonal standoffs to the top of the frame. Secure the flight controller plate to the top of those standoffs. Using 4 of the M3 by 8mm screws and Loctite, attach the battery plate to the M3 by 50mm hexagonal standoffs.